What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing them the bacon, MLB DFS video. It is Saturday edition. This is your first look. We are at FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. We've already ran 10,000 simulations in the background. We are going to break everything down for you. So if you've never been to the show before, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you want to check us out and you don't want to subscribe to FTA Plus right now, I completely get that. But if you want to watch these videos through their entirety, if you find it helpful, you watch it a couple of times a day, you click on the ads, you interact with the videos, you share them, that will go so far that you don't even understand. So we are working on our second biggest and best month of ad revenue here on YouTube, and I want to thank each and every one of you. But if you've never been to the channel, it is a little bit different. So you can already see the length of the video is longer, but we are go in depth. So what I mean by that is we're going to use outlier.bet, which you can use the link to sign up. You're going to get free content for 7 days. And then you can purchase a normal package with our link. If you do that, we will give you a free week of FTA Plus. If you do their premium package, we're going to give you a free month on top of it. But what we do is we go through every game. So we're going to look at the games, the pitchers, the historical matchups between them, BVP, batter splits, everything. So we're going to give you and show you how each batter does in these games. It's a ton of information. If you need an abbreviated version, we do have everything under MLB tab here. And we've got FTA Plus. Current sports that we are doing, MLB, NASCAR, PGA, and MMA. Being Saturday, we do have MMA today as well, depending on when you watch this video. Get in on the action there as well. So it's $10 a week, $30 a month, $199 for the year. One pass still available, Mother's Day pass, to get $100 off that yearly pass. If you are interested, email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. So we do have giveaways, or we try to have giveaways every single day, and here's how to win. 2 ways: like the video, be a subscriber, and you got to leave a comment on this video. You do all 3 of those, and this video gets at least 50 likes, you will have a shot at a free week of FTA Plus. That's a week of all sports, not just MLB. 100 likes on the video is a chance at a free month, 150 likes, a free year, 200 or more likes on the video, a chance at a lifetime pass. And the second way to win, somewhere in the video, there'll be a keyword or key phrase. Listen for it, type it in, and have a second shot at a free week. So we are going to see who the winner of the video views of yesterday's video is. We got a minimum of 50. We actually got over 100. And this is kind of what we try to do each and every day. So the winner here will be just due to the views. Even if the keyword is here, we'll still re-roll it. So Scooter8174, congratulations. You are the winner of a free pass. All I need you to do is email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. Let me know your YouTube username and let me know your username on our website. And in the subject line, say you are the 530 video views winner, and we will get you set up. If you do not have an account on the site, you guys know what to do. Email me an email, username, and a password, and we will get you set up for your free pass. Now, the keyword was demure yesterday. I don't know why, but it was. We're still going to re-roll it. You still have a chance to have this comment be the winner yet again. So you did not win. We always re-roll it for the keyword just to get everybody a second chance. There you go. Cujo Blue. Congratulations on that. Both of you are winners. Both of you email me. The email is in the description of this video, along with our absolutely free Discord. So again, it is a Saturday. We are generally on Saturdays. We have the slates are split up. So we have early slate, which today seems like we have 3 games. And then the main slate starts at 3:05 Central or 4:05 Eastern and other, times, 1:05 Pacific time, whatever it is. For whatever reason, we do have 3 games early. It is the problem is the Reds and the Cubs. We don't know who the Cubs pitcher is right now. Athletics at the Blue Jays. We don't know who the Blue Jays pitcher is right now. So it wouldn't be very good to just go over those games. So what we're going to do, when those are confirmed and we know it, we will have all of that information on the website in our cheat sheet. So at the end of the video, I'm going to show you what you could expect for FTA Plus. So if you $10 a week gets you way more than you guys understand. So stick around towards the end, or you skip ahead right now and look at the chapter. I will give you guys a preview of what you could expect in each and every sport, just to kind of give you an idea of what we bring to the table. So it should be a longer video, but we are going to break down the main slate here. And then at the end, after that, we're going to give you all of our batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through 10,000 simulations. We're going to do our Pitches Be Crazy segment where we go through the bottom 5 teams that strike out the most and the pitchers going against them, whether or not you want to do that for DFS or sports betting. And then at the very end, we're going to do our segment called Makin Bacon Bets. And what we do there we try to make you bacon. What I mean by that is we look at all the simulations, historical matchups, weather, everything. We try to target some players we think could get you 2+ bases. And on top of that, we look at strikeouts and we look at the team, the pitchers, and maybe what we want to target for strikeouts. So without further ado, we are going, and it's kind of weird to see this main slate. Like usually on a Saturday, we have 7 or 8 games early, or the main slate starts at noon. It's just every day something different. Now, FanDuel could be completely different, but we are using DraftKings here along with Outlier. So let's dig right in and check out everything we've got here. So we do have some weather concern here. Chicago White Sox at Baltimore. We do have Dean Kramer up against Davis Martin. Now, both of these teams are bad. I think the White Sox are I think it goes Rockies, White Sox, Baltimore, and then 2 other teams, Pirates and someone else that I can't think of. So these are 2 very bad offenses, which means why wouldn't they hit very well? It just doesn't make, that's the kind of thing. The weather is going to be a concern. We definitely got to monitor that. So we look at Dean Kramer. He comes in a 5.02 ERA, 4-5 record, 44 strikeouts. Looking at this, he has not faced the White Sox this year. In his career, 25 plate appearances, a 300 batting average. But game log wise, he's coming off a good game against Boston. Boston does strike out a ton. He didn't strike out very many, 4, but didn't give up any earned runs in 5.1 innings. And he won that game. And then he's got a couple of stinkers, and then he has a good game against Minnesota and Kansas City. So he's flashed some good stuff. He isn't technically a good spot here, and he's only 6,300. I don't mind that. Davis Martin on the same side, flip side of that, Baltimore's a very bad team. They strike out the 4th most out of any team right now. Davis Martin has a better ERA, 3.45. Coming off a bad start against Texas, but a decent start against Seattle, a really good start against Cincy. Now he's 5,600. Now both of these offenses could hit, but through 10,000 sims, I'm not really looking at the offense. I'll look at both pitchers and kind of go in that situation. So that's kind of what I could see here. Pitching wise, I like both of them because they're very cheap. Batting wise, I'm off of them right now. Again, once we do 20,000 sims, maybe something will pop up and change. We'll move to the next game. We're going to go St. Louis at Texas. And weather should be good. It's a retractable roof. Doesn't matter. When it's hot and humid there, that is when we have some fun because the ball flies out of there. Just seems to fly out of there all the time. And that's something that we always want to look at. So we've got Sonny Gray versus Patrick Corbin. Gray in his career, 67 plate appearances, 226 batting average. Got Patrick Corbin, who's kind of turned things around. 91 plate appearances in his career, 272 batting average. Now, Texas offense has been pretty bad overall. Patrick Corbin, a respectable 375. At his price, value-wise, we're looking for 3 to 3.5 times value. On top of that, you need a minimum of like 25 from the guys who are like 10K and stuff like that. But if you can get, 6,800, he's now 6,100. He dropped down from what he did against the White Sox. Been pretty good. Against Colorado, 25.9. I don't mind either of these pitchers. I think Sonny Gray probably has the easier road just because of how bad overall Texas has been this year offensively. He has not faced them this year. 67 plate appearances in his career. Low strikeout rate, though. But Texas, it just depends. If it's very hot and humid, the ball could fly out of here. So I wouldn't mind that there. That's kind of what we're looking at. But we will look at, right now, here's an inside look at outlier.bet. Here's why we like it so much. So you just have a bunch of websites combined where they, you've got the starting pitchers, you've got the BVP, you've got the batter splits, you've got bets if you want, whether or not you want to go game lines, player props, team props, game props. They've got it all for you. You can even click on it. It'll take you to your bet slip. You click on send to my slip. It'll take you out to DraftKings, Fanduel, whichever sports book you do have. So Patrick Corbin, we know he struggled mightily in his career the past 5 years. He's kind of bounced back a little bit. St. Louis can hit, though. Arenado's the only one that does have a home run against him. Against left-handed pitching, if we are looking, like Herrera batting 385 with 4 bombs this year. Nolan Arenado is batting 294 and has had success against Patrick Corbin. You got Wilson Contreras batting 245 with a home run. Lars Nootbaar, 263 batting average with 2 home runs. Brendan Donovan with 2 bombs. I don't mind them at all. If you think Sonny Gray is going to struggle at all, just because he does have a kind of an elevated ERA, against him, like Adolis Garcia is the only one that has a home run. And then we look at against right-handed pitching this year. Is Seager back? Corey Seager is back. Okay. Got back on Wednesday. That makes sense. So the amount of runs that Seager has, like it's like one full run more when he is in the lineup here. So, I mean, you could look at that. Seager batting 343 with 3 bombs this year. Like Wyatt Langford 250 with 7 bombs. I don't mind. Josh Young at 294 batting or 4 home runs. I don't mind that either. Adolis Garcia 227, 7 bombs. Like, I don't mind this. I don't know if I'm going to have pitching here. Just with Seager being back in this lineup, anything can happen here, and that's kind of what I would expect. If you want to take some exposure, Patrick Corbin, because he is so cheap, I'm okay with that. It would only be for tournaments, so it wouldn't be for cash. Milwaukee, Philly, there is some weather concern here. As of right now, it's the Jesus Lizard versus Chad Patrick. Luzardo is expensive, but he does come in 2.15 ERA, back-to-back, or 3 straight really good starts, 1 against the Athletics, 1 in Coors, which we were kind of iffy on, but we did take him because Colorado's so bad, and then 1 against St. Louis. He is now going up against Milwaukee. In his career, 44 plate appearances, a 175 batting average against them. I don't think he hasn't faced them this year, though. And then Chad Patrick, 2.97 ERA. It's been pretty serviceable. He's 7,800. The only problem is, I don't know why he's so expensive against Philly, which they hit very well. He's never faced them before. When he pitches on the road this year, 4.12 ERA, so it's a little bit up there. If I were to use one, it would be Luzardo, and it's most likely going to be, or it would be, Philly bats against Chad Patrick over using Chad Patrick or Milwaukee at all here. So we look at this. Philly against, or Milwaukee against Luzardo, no real success. Against left-handed pitching, you do have like Caleb Durbin. You've got Jackson Churio batting 310. You've got Sal Frelick batting 393. Bowers batting 300. William Contreras, it's kind of crazy. Last year, I believe his splits against lefties was way better than this. For whatever reason, he's only batting 130 this year. He's got no home runs. I probably wouldn't use him. The ones I would feel comfortable with is Frelick, Turang, Durbin, Bowers, Rhys Hoskins, and Churio would be the ones I'd look at there. But I'd rather have Luzardo. And then Philly bats. No one's seen him before, obviously, but against right-handed pitching like Bohm batting 282, Real Muto batting 286, Bryson Stott batting 262. You've got Wilson batting 250 would be a cheap option. I don't know if he gets in there, though. Harper, if he's in there, he's always going to be in there. Schwarber's got 8 bombs against righties. He does hit lefties better. So in this game, I would focus more on Philly as a stack and Luzardo. But if you do want to go against the grain, because I think Luzardo is going to be expensive, you could be going with like a Chad Patrick because the ownership's probably less than 5%. And you might get away with something if he has a good game, but it's not a guarantee. Boston at Atlanta is next. You've got Schwellenbach versus Walker Buehler. So looking at this game, don't really know what we're going to get. Walker Buehler in his career, 80 plate appearances against the Braves, 200 batting average. You then have 26.3 K percentage, which is a fantastic strikeout percentage there. Then have Schwellenbach here, 36 plate appearances, a 286 batting average, only 16.7 fantasy. Now, Schwellenbach at 9,100, he's only averaging 17. He's not even averaging 2 times value. That's always the key. It's a minimum, bare minimum, bone minimum 2 times value when you're at 9,000. Splits-wise, he did face Boston once this year, gave up 4 earned runs, had 13.6 fantasy points, did not fare well. It was 2 games ago, and they tagged him for 4. I'm not using him. Then Walker Buehler, he did not face Atlanta last time. It's not really hit value for a few games, though. I know he got kicked out of the one game against the Mets after 2.1 innings. He then came back and got 9.7 against Baltimore, which they're a very bad team. Buehler for tournaments, because he is 7,600 and in his career he has had success, I'm okay with that. I'm probably fading the pitching in this one. Probably going the bats overall. And so we'll dig in. We'll look at the bats here, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what we could look at. So Boston bats against Schwellenbach. You do have Rafi Devers with 2 bombs. That's it for home runs. Against right-handed pitching, Narvaez, if he's in there for catching, I don't mind him. He's batting 296 this year. Christian Campbell batting 241. Devers batting 10 home runs, batting 277. Rafaela here, batting 246. And then Wilyer Abreu with 13 bombs. Jaron Duran, 297 with 4 bombs. Rob Refsnyder. This feels like one of those where it's a 2+ stack for me. And again, if you're new to the channel and you don't know what that means, we like more than 5+ players in a lineup. You can't stack more than 5 offensive players on DraftKings, 4 on Fanduel. You got to make different stacks. Boston just feels right now feels like that's where I want to go. Just because Schwellenbach is so expensive, I don't trust him there. Atlanta bats against Buehler. No one's hit a home run. Against right-handers, though, you can just look at this lineup. It's all green outside of Matt Olson, Stuart Fairchild. Other than that, they all hit righties very well. They get to the bullpen, it could be game over. So I like stacking here. Just wait for the lineup to come out. You can look at those numbers there. Acuna, obviously. You would look at Acuna. He's hitting righties very well right now. Again, 11 at-bats this year, 455 batting average. Michael Harris, I mean, wait for the lineup to come out. But I love a Braves stack here a lot against right-handed pitching. So I'm fading the pitching in that one. Maybe Buehler for tournaments, like I said, but that's debatable. So now we got the Angels at the Cleveland Guardians. Kind of just looking at this, you got Kyle Hendricks versus Slade Ciccone. Hendricks, 5.23 ERA. Like I've said, he doesn't hit value what we want. He's a boring pitcher. I know he had 5 Ks there, but he's given up earned runs in every single start but one this year, and that was at Tampa Bay. Even if he has a really good game, I don't trust him. I'm not using him. Ciccone, I will use him because the Angels are the team that strikes out the most. So Ciccone comes in. He's only had 2 starts under his belt, 6 Ks in one, 8 in the other, both against really good teams in pitcher or hitter-friendly ballparks here. Ciccone at 8,300, I do not mind him. And then I would look at Cleveland bats. Cleveland bats that you could look at if you feel comfortable with it. And now it depends. Like Mike Trout is back. He's obviously in there for your Angels if you want to stack there. But I just think Ciccone is probably where I want to go. Cleveland bats against Kyle Hendricks, like Austin Hedges has a home run. Against right-handed pitching, like they do hit. Arias batting 256. You got Manzardo batting 212. J-Ram batting 286. Like Cleveland feels like another one of those 2+ stacks. So just kind of wait for the lineup to come out, but that is where I'd go in this game. I don't trust the Angels offense. They strike out a ton. I know Trout might be back in this one unless they rest him. I don't know plan moving forward if he's going to play every day, if they're going to rest him more. It's definitely something to look at. But that's kind of what I would look at there. I'm more on Cleveland and Ciccone, more so on Kyle Hendricks or the Angels bats at all. Colorado at the Mets, don't overthink. There is weather concern. Kodai Senga versus Sensatella. Sensatella, 71 plate appearances, a 351 batting average against him. Stack the Mets. Go Kodai against Colorado. Colorado strikes out the second most. On the road, they're striking out over 10 times a game. Senga comes in, 8,900. He's got 52 Ks, 5.5. The walks are kind of up there for Senga. That's the only problem I have. His walks are aplenty lately. But again, the numbers here, 18 plate appearances against the Rockies in his career, 44.4% strikeout rate, 0 batting average. I feel like it's a pitcher's ballpark. Colorado is a bad team. Go Senga, stack the Mets, whichever lineup that comes out. Definitely look at that. Top 5 bats. I don't mind them whatsoever. Lindor, Alonso. I know Juan Soto's struggling, but Juan Soto against Sensatella. Mark Vientos. Just wait for the lineup to come out. Feel comfortable with it. A Mets stack is probably one of the top stacks, if not the top stack of the day, and which we will have on the cheat sheet. But yeah, Senga and the Mets stack, I'm 100% all in on. So next game, we've got Tampa Bay at Houston. So we have Colton Gordon should be taking over the spot for Ronel Blanco. So Blanco being out with Tommy John. He hasn't really done much with it. 5.52 ERA. He did have one good start and then 2 blah starts here. Now he's 7,200. He does have a good matchup here against a very, how do I put this? Lackluster Tampa Bay offense overall. Again, over under of 1.5 or 8.5. Somehow Tampa Bay right now has the run line. You got Zach Littell at 7,000, 3.98 ERA, splits 3.98 ERA, 42 strikeouts. He has faced Houston once this year, 5 innings, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks, only 14.5 though, so that it does kind of stink. But he's coming off a great game against Minnesota, and then great game against the Yankees back there. So I'm okay with that against Houston because I don't think a lot of people will be on them. But if we were to look at like Tampa Bay bats against Gordon, Danny Jansen has a home run against him. That is it. Against lefties, though, they don't really hit very well. So that's why I do like Gordon in this situation over Littell. Houston bats against Littell. You do have Pena with a home run, Paredes with a home run. Basically it. Against right-handed pitching, you got Paredes with 10 bombs this year, batting 284. You got Christian Walker with 7 bombs. You got Jose Altuve with 7 bombs. Jake Myers with 3. That's where we could look at there. But in my mind, again, I'll let you guys know when I'm wrong. I'm probably going a little bit more Gordon because of how Tampa Bay, they sent down Chandler Simpson, who has 16 stolen bases on the year, and I think he had 8 this past 7 days. Tampa Bay's stupid. I don't know what they're doing. If you're a Tampa Bay fan, why? First off. But yeah, Tampa Bay is gonna bay. The Rays are gonna ray. That's what they're gonna do. So if I'm looking at this one, I'm going a little bit more Gordon, and I'm going a little bit more of the Astros as a stack overall. So then Detroit at Kansas City is the next game. You got Skubal versus Michael Wacha. I love Skubal. In his career, 142 plate appearances. Obviously see this team a ton, being in the same division, 29.6 K percentage. And he's coming off, what did he do last game? 13? Yeah, 13 strikeouts against Cleveland. Complete game shutout, 13 Ks, only 2 hits allowed. 53.5 fantasy points. Now people are going to chase a 53.5, but he is in a good spot. He's already faced St. Louis or Kansas City once this year, 5 innings, 2 earned runs, only 4 Ks in that one. That was in Detroit, right? Yeah, that was in Detroit. Now this is a better pitcher's ballpark. With the wind, with the weather, I do like Skubal here. Then you got Wacha, 3.21 ERA in his career against the Tigers, 140 plate appearances, a 291 batting average, so kind of high, only 17.1 K percentage. He did face them once this year, only gave up 2 earned runs, got 13.8 fantasy points, which really isn't enough, even at 6,800. You could throw him in there. Again, this is a pitcher's ballpark for tournaments, but Skubal is your number 1. If you're going to fade these guys and you just want to go with the actual batters instead of pitchers for whatever reason, if you think Skubal's going to have a bad game, Perez does have 4 bombs against him. Struggled more so this year, though. Mark Canha does have a home run against him, and he does hit lefties a little bit better overall. And then you can see like Jonathan India batting 308 or 303. You've got Bobby Witt batting 325 this year, but has no home runs against lefties. Blanco batting 333, but that's 1 for 3, so that's nothing. You got Mark Canha batting 355 and 31 at bats. Like, you could use those guys. I'm more so going Skubal overall. Detroit bats against Wacha. Like Jake Rogers and Baez both have home runs. Barry Carpenter and Winsel Perez, they both have home runs as well. But they don't hit righties as well. But, I mean, if you're going batters here, Dingler batting 287 against righties. Sweeney with 4 bombs, batting 216. McKinstry batting 240 with 2 bombs. Kerry Carpenter batting 297 with 8 bombs. You got Riley Green batting 313 with 11 bombs. Those are all the ones I would look at here against Wacha. But don't really, like, Skubal's going to be the most expensive and the highest owned pitcher on the slate, I will almost guarantee. But it's for good reason. So that's kind of where I'm at in this one for the last day of May. So what we're going to do is the keyword of the day. It's Beers Day. Because it's Saturday, it's Beers Day. Let me know what you guys are drinking this weekend, whether or not it's beer, whether or not it's spirits. I need a good bourbon. So either give me a beer that you're going to be drinking, or give me a good bourbon that I should purchase. Now, I'm not talking like a $200 bottle. I have 2 kids. I cannot afford a $200 bottle of bourbon. But like a nice bourbon that's either sip on or put in an old fashioned, or a certain recipe that you guys have, let me know. And I will try them if I have time. I have time. I'll try them at some point. I'm not very curious. I'm yearning to learn. I yearn for the minds. And then finally, San Francisco, Miami. You've got Robbie Ray versus Edward Cabrera. For whatever reason, we've got 3 late games. Like, this is the main slate. Then we have 3 late games that aren't on this slate, which it's just, I don't like how some of these slates are built out. We're still going to cover them here. I just don't like how they're built out. But yeah, we've got Robbie Ray versus Edward Cabrera in this game. Robbie Ray, only 3 plate appearances, really hasn't seen him. Edward Cabrera, 41 plate appearances, 176. So you got Cabrera coming in. Splits-wise has not faced San Francisco this year. When he's pitching at home, though, he does have a 5.33 ERA, which scares me. But he is coming off a fantastic game against the Angels, 33.8, where he had 10 strikeouts, no earned runs, only 2 walks. So overall at 7,100, I don't mind it. Robbie Ray's obviously the dude that I would look at. But if you don't trust, if you're not really trusting either pitcher, we'll dig in and look at the batters on each side. So we have Edward Cabrera. No, I mean, Yastrzemski is a home run against him. That is it. But against right-handed pitching there this year, they are hitting very well. And it's in a more hitter-friendly park than in San Francisco. So I'm using Yastrzemski. I'm using Elliot Ramos, who's batting 296 this year against righties. Wilmer Flores batting 269. Willie Adames batting 236. Like, these are the guys I'm looking at. Obviously, we got to wait to see the lineup that comes out. And then Miami, if you want to get crazy, like, again, Sanchez is the only one who's seen him, hasn't done anything. Against left-handed pitching, like Kyle Stowers batting 375, Wagaman batting 263, Sanoa batting 270, Paulie batting 250. Those are probably the only ones I would trust. I do like Robbie Ray a lot today, though. So that's probably where I'd go. I'm thinking probably a little bit more towards San Francisco over Miami. But again, we're only through 10,000 sims. We have to see what comes back and forth throughout the day. So that is where I would be looking at in that situation. So that is the main slate done. What we've got going on. Now we've got 3-game late slate, or however they're going to label it. Minnesota Twins at Seattle Mariners, Yankees at the Dodgers, and Pirates at or we got 4 technically. So let's take a look at the Twins at the Mariners first. Okay. So we've got Bailey Ober versus Bryce Miller. We've got Bailey Ober, 52 plate appearances, a 191 batting average, 23.1 K percentage, only a 9.6 walk rate against the Mariners. And then you got Bryce Miller on the flip side, 29 plate appearances, a 214 batting average against them. Neither pitcher has faced the other team this year, but against Bryce Miller, like Vasquez has a home run, and that is it. Right, and Miller does come in with a 5.22 ERA, so it is up there. His walks are up there. The strikeouts are a little bit lower in 39.2 innings. He's obviously got to ramp up a little bit more. If you were to fade him and go Minnesota as a stack, like Vasquez batting 254 this year, Cody Clemens batting 276 with 5 bombs. Ty France makes sense. Harrison Bader makes sense. All of those guys, Brooks Lee, all of those 3 of those last ones have 4 home runs. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Ryan Jeffers, if he's in there over Vasquez, it kind of just depends on which catcher is in. And then Seattle bats against Ober. No one has a home run, but no one's really hotter than Cal Raleigh right now. I would look at J.P. Crawford. I would look at Jorge Polanco. J-Rod with 5 bombs. Rosarena, 208 with 4 bombs. Rowdy Tellez, 224 batting average, 8 home runs. Like, they're all there. Polanco has 10. I'm probably fading the pitchers in cash, but if I'm playing tournaments, I don't mind them in tournaments. Then next game, you got the Yankees at the Dodgers. You got Will Warren versus Landon Knack. Now, Knack comes in. You'll see. Like, Will Warren comes in with a 4.09 ERA, but he's been striking out a ton. He's got 11.9 K per 9. The Dodgers have been beat by other teams before, but again, Dodgers are a really good hitting team anytime. Landon Knack comes in with a 5.22 ERA. He's been lit up. His strikeouts are lower, less than 1 strikeout an inning. 8.59. So, I mean, you look at that, and the Yankees, the way they've been hitting, and we've stacked against Landon Knack pretty much all year, and it's worked out. Against Landon Knack, no one's faced him before, but against righties this year, like Grisham batting 292. Judge batting 382 with 11 bombs. You got Ben Rice. I think he'll be in there batting 7 home runs with 256 batting average. I would look at Paul Goldschmidt. He does hit lefties better, but he's still in there. And then if you want a cheap catching option, if Escara or Wells is in there, I think Escara might be in there here. I could see Escara being a cheap option that you're not looking at. Jason Dominguez is another one. I mean, a Yankee stack makes a ton of sense. Jorbit Vivas, I don't know if he'll play, but this is the team that he got traded from. And then Cody Bellinger obviously was on the Dodgers for the majority of his career. Whether or not it's a good homecoming, we'll see compared to Friday. But, I mean, he's got a great matchup here against Landon Knack. Dodgers bats against Will Warren. Never faced him before, but as you can see, they hit righties very well. This could be a high-scoring game. They do think the Dodgers are going to be 1.5 point favorites. The over-under right now is 9.5. You might fade the pitching and go bats, and pretty much anyone on this lineup for the Dodgers, wait for the lineup to come out. I don't mind any of them at all. Then we got the Pirates at the Padres. It is a pitcher's ballpark. You got Bailey Falter versus Dylan Cease. So we look at this against Dylan Cease. Nick Solak's the only one with a home run. Against right-handed pitching, they do hit, but again, Pirates are a very bad team this year. Frazier batting 270 with 2 bombs. You've got O'Neal Cruz, 274 batting average with 11 home runs. I mean, O'Neal Cruz, obviously, if you want to get a little bit creative and crazy here, you could do maybe a Brian Reynolds or IKF, batting 315 against righties. And then San Diego against Falter. Machado's the only with a home run. And then against lefties, though, like Maldonado batting 318 could be a cheap catching option today. Bogart's batting 269. You got Iglesias batting 290. I mean, Machado this year against lefties batting 290 or 346. Like, these could be crazy for you. Jackson Merrill will be another one I'd look at. Now, Tatis is up in the air. He's only batting 196 against lefties, though, this year. Pitching-wise, though, I mean, I would take Cease against Pittsburgh, but you don't have to. But he's going to be the highest owned on a small slate. And then the final game, Washington at the Diamondbacks. You got Michael Soroka versus Brandon Pfaadt. Brandon Pfaadt's already faced Washington this year. Went 6 innings, 6 earned runs, 6 Ks. Didn't really do much. Washington bats against him. Luis Garcia has a home run. Nate Lowe has a home run. CJ Abrams has a home run. I like those guys. I obviously like James Wood as well. And then if you want to go a little bit cheaper, Robert Hassel or Dalen Lyle, I would definitely look at in a stack there as well. You could go Kyber Ruiz. I don't know if he'll start. And then finally, Arizona against Soroka. Ketel Marte has a home run, but he's been day-to-day like past few days. Josh Naylor has a home run. Corbin Carroll has a home run. And Randall Grichuk all have home runs here. Against right-handed pitching, they do hit very well. So an Arizona stack against Pfaadt, or an Arizona stack against Soroka, I don't mind at all. Ketel Marte, Josh Naylor, Eugenio Suarez, Corbin Carroll. This is another one. Arizona is a 2+ stack for me today. That is where I would draw the line. 2+ stack for me, right? There you have it. That is your main slate done. That is your night slate, late slate, whatever it is called done. We are now going to give you all of the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating through 10,000 simulation. Now, the record is, in fact, 38. We'll probably never beat it, but we're going to try one of these days. But here we go. Number 1 is Aaron Judge. Number 2 is James Wood. 3 is Francisco Lindor. 4 is Adley Rutschman. 5 is Bryce Harper. 6 is Juan Soto. 7 is Luis Garcia. 8 is Kyle Schwarber. 9 is Pete Alonso. 10 is Kerry Carpenter. 11, Mookie Betts. 12, Paul Goldschmidt. 13, Manny Machado. 14, Ryan O'Hearn. 15, Lars Nootbaar. 16, Brendan Donovan. 17, Nick Castellanos. 18, Josh Bell. 19, Mark Vientos. 20, Brandon Nimmo. 21, Ivan Herrera. 22, Tyrone Taylor. 23, Nolan Arenado. And finally, 24 is Jeff McNeil. So 24, 10 out of 10. Now, these are through 10,000 sims. Normally, by the main slate locking at 3, about an hour or so before, we will have updated the simulations to 20,000 simulation. So then the pitches be crazy. I don't always follow this, but this is just what's on paper right now. Slade Ciccone versus the Angels. The Angels struck out 9.85 times per game, 9.7 on the road. Kodai Senga versus Colorado. Colorado strikes out 9.8 times per game, 10.07 on the road. Spencer Schwellenbach versus Boston. Boston strikes out 9 times a game, 10 on the road. Davis Martin is number 4 at Baltimore. Baltimore strikes out 8.96 times per game, 8.92 at home. And then Michael Wacha versus Detroit. Detroit strikes out 8.95 times per game, 9.04 on the road. So to reiterate, number 1 is Slade Ciccone. Number 2 is Kodai Senga. 3 is Schwellenbach. 4 is Davis Martin. And 5 is Michael Wacha. My favorite right now is Kodai Senga. And then who's not even on this list is Skubal for sure. So now we're going to do our final segment, Makin Bacon. We're going to look at the batters we think could get 2+ bases for you today. Again, don't necessarily feel like you need to parlay all these together. You can up them for home runs as well, but this is what I would look at. Number 1, Aaron Judge. Number 2, Luis Garcia. Number 3, Francisco Lindor. Number 4 is Kerry Carpenter. Number 5 is Adley Rutschman. 6 is Nick Castellanos. 7 is Bryce Harper. 8 is Brendan Donovan. 9, Paul Goldschmidt. 10, Manny Machado. 11, Ryan O'Hearn. 12, James Wood. 13, Pete Alonso. And 14 is Josh Bell. I don't know if I trust Josh Bell. There are 14 right now. I would kind of look at those. Obviously, I'm not going to parlay 14 together. but that's what I would look at. And then if we're looking at strikeouts here, Kodai Senga, my number one. If you can find a strikeout, 7+ strikeouts, I don't mind that whatsoever. Number 2 is Dylan Cease, 7+ strikeouts as well. 3 is Robbie Ray, 6+ strikeouts. Luzardo, 6+ strikeouts. Skubal, 6+ strikeouts as well. And then that's pretty much it. You could look at maybe a Walker Buehler at 5+ strikeouts. I think that'll go very under-owned, but I don't trust him. And then Colton Gordon, 4 to 5+ strikeouts for Gordon as well. So there you have it. That is the breakdown of all the games, the main slate, the late slate, our pitches be crazy, our Makin bacon bets. So we are now going to give you a preview of what you could see with FTA Plus. Now, it's $10 a week, like I said, $30 a month, or $99 for the yearly pass if you email us today, dfshelp1@gmail.com, which that is a year pass, $100 off. So with MLB, we've got Vegas odds, which, I mean, it makes sense, but I'll just go through it. I'll show you what you can expect here, just to kind of get an idea. So you see the Vegas odds. You can sort it however you want. You can print it for an Excel and go from there. Obviously, all of this is from Friday, but these are updated daily. Our matchup tool, just what we went over. We went over all the 10 out of 10 matchups, but these will have all of them. So these will, you go sort it however you want. Again, you can Excel it out and make any updates you want. But you can just go down and see how the rankings are for all the players, all the way down to -10. Again, these aren't always 100% correct, but they're a great starting point for you guys. We got our projections, both Fanduel and DraftKings. If you play either sport or either website, either whatever sport you're playing, we've got you covered there as well. Again, all of these charts can be just taken to your Excel, and you can make any updates you want. So you could take this, and then you could look at changing anything, and then you could upload as a CSV to, if you have a favorite optimizer, you can definitely look at that as well, and import those just to give you an idea. We got simulations, so we do 20,000 simulations a day. These are our simulations. You can also use these for whatever. We don't have a simulator for you to use, but we do them on ourselves. Now, there's so many tabs they don't fit, but again, put it to Excel and check it out. What I do is I just have it automatically sort by ownership, and again, highest ownership from ascending or descending order is what we've got. Then we've got batter splits, BVP matchups. Again, BVP, not a ton of people love BVP, but we use it with outliers, so we check all of that stuff out. So you got your BVP, which, and again, you can just see who's the top. And then you can see how they do recently and go on from there. Batter splits, we've got the splits, but again, Outlier has this as well. You can check it out. But it's automatically sorted by plate appearances. We update this as well, so you can go through and see the walk percentage, strikeout percentage, walk to strikeout percentage, batting average this year, just whatever your heart desires. We probably have it for you. Stolen base targets, chalk plays. So we give you the top 10 at each position, the top 20 outfielders, to give you an idea of what to look for chalk-wise. If you're playing cash, you want to play that chalk. If you're playing tournaments, you want to go away from that chalk. So that definitely helps you. Ballpark factors, umpire factors, team bullpen stats, and prop bets as well. But the cheat sheet is one I wanted to show you. So the cheat sheet, we do have some optimal lineups there. They're a great starting point, but it's not, don't just sign up for FTA Plus just for optimal lineups. We are so much more than that for $10 a month, or $10 a week, that I didn't want to just give you guys optimal lineups and that's it. If you're looking for those, you can definitely find, you can pay someone an absorbent amount of money for just lineups. But if you want to be a better DFS player in the long run, make sure you check this out. So I'm going to pause this while it loads. I don't know why it's taking so long. So the only problem is this has to be a Microsoft Excel workbook. It can't be integrated into the website right now just because you can't integrate all these tabs. And I don't want to have 10 new tabs under MLB, but you can. And for some reason, people are having trouble doing it on Microsoft Edge. But what you can do is you can come here and you can click this little box right here, and it's going to open up in a full tab. Probably the easiest thing for you to do. There are so many tabs. It is scrollable over horizontally and vertically on mobile, but there's so much information that I don't know if it's even feasible for you just to be solely mobile here. But we got Fanduel and DraftKings. We got our cash plays. We got our tournament plays that we like each day. We got our top stacks and the players we like in those stacks. Ownership for both Fanduel and DraftKings, which you can find here. weather to help you, whether or not it's humid, batter rating, or pitcher rating. Early lineups, if there's an early slate for both Fanduel and DraftKings. Main lineups for both. And then boomstick shots, our home run picks that we like for the day. So we use our simulations. We use our 10 out of 10 matchup ratings. And then we use some pitcher matchups and historical and a ton of things to find out which ones we like for our home run. So there you have it. That is the breakdown. Hopefully it's very informative. Again, we have more stuff. If you sign up, it's not just MLB. You've got MLB, you've got PGA, you got MMA, you got NASCAR as well. All of that is $10 a week, $30 a month, or you could even get it for $99. First come, first serve that emails us, dfshelp1@gmail.com, for that Mother's Day YouTube special. So that's what I've got. Hopefully you guys have a great Saturday. Hopefully you had a great Friday. Hopefully you have depending on watch this video, hopefully your Saturday has gone well, or hopefully it will. Come back tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. We've got you covered. Good luck. And as always, bring home some bacon. Peace.